Good morning, Houston. Good morning, Houston. Good morning, Houston. Good morning, America. It is I, once again, at this thing. More with Morris. Let's get into it. So, good conversation for City Council yesterday. Good conversation. I want to give some stars that I normally don't give no stars to, and I want to give them stars to Council Member Karmin. I want to give you a round of applause for trying, at least, to stand your ground when it comes to the lawsuit with drainage and sewage. So I don't know if everybody knew, but I did make a video earlier this year talking about how the city had $100 million lawsuit that was adding on to the deficit. The mayor did some wheeling and dealing. I don't know if it was good. I don't know if it was bad. Unfortunately for me, his skills at negotiating the art of the deal failed. But because the contracts are, what he gives out is terrible. Fire, police, are the top concerns of the city. Everybody else basically gets screwed. So it seems like that's how the city's going to run. The city's going to be very police oriented, fire oriented. Again, don't know if those are good or bad things. Normally when you turn into more police, definitely with more defense, things like that, normally you're turning more into a police state. So you're going to have a police city. We're probably not going to be as welcoming as we used to be, especially when it comes to immigrants and people that speak a different language than English. You will probably get hit the hardest under this administration just due to the sheer policy, procedures, and policing that we're going to put in front of you. The other thing is that the darker you become, I want you to know that the darker you shall be treated too. So when it comes to the darker skinned people, we're gonna have a little trouble. We're gonna have a little trouble just due to the sheer number of police that we're about to add. Until you actually create a new foundation of policing, we will continue to have this problem. Okay? We just found out that the firefighters had to fire 12, 20 people for being racist. So until you actually help with the foundation of how people treat racism, just firing them doesn't mean anything because they get to go somewhere else, right? They get to find jobs somewhere else. It doesn't matter if you abuse somebody, mistreat them, throw them down, throw them into vehicles. Guess what? Law enforcement can find a way to maneuver you around into one of these other little cities and you get to do the exact same thing, but without the media coverage of a big city. Boom, boom, bam. But that ain't the reason for the conversation today. The reason for the conversation today is that Councilmember Karmin came under fire with the mayor. Love the spunk, love the tenacity, love the passion. What she was arguing was that the agreement should have been made public before city council voted on it because it's a charter issue. So the people have the right to say yes or no to anything that has to do with the charter itself. Only the people can change the charter. So when it comes to a charter issue, it should have came to the people, at least had a conversation about it like they did in committee, and then city council would have voted on exactly what the people wanted, right? So what the mayor decided to do and his staff is, he said, oh, well, my secretary decided to hold it, and we're making it public now because you're going to vote on it first, and then the people are basically going to have to deal with it. Sir, what power do you think you have? the young lady, Miss Karmin, just told you that's not how that works. We don't give a damn what the city attorney got to say. He worked for me. He don't work for nobody else. He works for me. So when I tell you I said no, I'm telling you I said no. So city council member Karmin was directly on point with this. When she says, no, you need to hold off the vote because now you brought this to us too late to get the citizens involved to say yes or no to this deal. When I tell you people are not using their power wisely, what Karmin should have said was, I take a vote that the whole city council will take a vote to suspend this. I don't give a damn if it costs another $1,000 to set another date. You were already $100 million in. So who gives a damn that you spent another $1,000 resetting your court date? You knew it needed to come before the people. You knew it was going to get voted down. So you passed it in the middle of the night, hoping nobody was looking. And on top of that, Karmin is one of his big supporters. I'm sorry, Councilman Karmin, but you are. You're one of those people. He flinches right, you go right with him. He flinches left, you say, good job. So this moment, I have to give you your flowers on knowing what you're supposed to be doing. I mean, you spend a lot of time on city council, so I know you know what you're supposed to be doing in these situations. The problem is that normally when you feel like he's right, he's right. And when you feel like he's wrong, then you want to criticize him. But he's not used to that because the first thing he said was, well, my secretary. Well, your secretary works for you. So that means if she messed up, that means you messed up. So don't blame your secretary. And Karmin, you should have hit him with that. Because he was trying to be funny because he knew you wasn't going to take on his secretary. The problem is, I don't give a damn about his secretary. I give not two fucks. I don't know that person. And you shouldn't have gave two fucks just because you see her every day. You should have said, well, no, you fucked up. Your secretary fucked up. But because you lead your secretary, you're at fault. And you fucked up even more so. Don't try to push blame on your subordinate. I thought it was a great idea. Well, you thought it was a great idea because you gave it to her. That's why you thought it was a great idea. You're the boss. But you're not the boss over Karmin. That's the problem. She has a boss, and it's called the Houstonians. You have a boss called the Houstonians. So when you say you don't care, because that's basically what you said to Karmin, I don't care, I'm going to refer to the city attorney. I'm going to tell you the city attorney should have referred to us because we run his ass. And we run your ass. And we run your secretary's ass. And we run Karmin's ass. So you don't have, quote unquote, unlimited authority over what you're going to do. You have unlimited authority until I tell you, the Houstonian that I am, you don't. You forget who you work for. You forget who your boss is. You hold a gavel not on your power, not on your authority. You hold it on my authority. As Maurice Broussard. That's the authority that you have. That's the authority that I granted you with. But what we're going to do next time, we're going to grant somebody else authority. We're going to give that access, that power, that authority, that unquenchable, the unquenchable fortitude to come out here and tell me that technically you have more power than me. I'm going to give that to another fucking person. Because obviously you don't know what the fuck you're doing with it. And when you're thinking that you're above me, a calling beyond above me, I'm going to tell you that you're wrong. Because obviously, when it comes to letter, you might know the A, the B, the C, the 1, the 2, and the 3, but your illiteracy level must stop there. Because clearly, in the charter, it says the Houstonians run the city. The mayor is the executor of that. So that means when I'm the boss, you do what the boss say. And I tell you to go move how I tell you to go move. Your problem is you don't believe you have a boss. But Karmin, Councilmember Karmin, remembers that. She has a boss. And the boss is not you. Just because you sit in the middle of that horseshoe. The boss is me. And I tell you how to move and how to shake. So based on this moment right here in history that you made yesterday, because it's on a recording, I'm going to fire you. You will not be the mayor next year. Based on your first year and a half in, you won't make the next term of it. We're going to fire you because you don't know how to lead the city that I bestowed on you. Have a good day, Houston. Love y'all. See y'all. Next topic. You don't never know. It might be Houston. It might be Trump. I don't know. Might be private jets over $400 million given to the president for some odd ass reason because two grown men give each other expensive gifts. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. America, Houston. Oh, wow. It's crazy. Police state in Houston. It's going to be a wild 2025, 2026, 2027. It's going to be wild. The problem is that we're just getting started. I'll see y'all again.